Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome, my friends. My name is Vincenzo, and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. It's time for another Italian pen. It's that time of the month, and as I've promised you, I will continue to provide you with recommendations or reviews of Italian pens, but Italian pens that are affordable, and my definition is less than $200. And I think we've got another gem. It's a pen that I've been looking forward to purchasing for some time now. Never been able to kind of pull the trigger because of the price. It was finally on sale on one of my favorite sites, which is Italian Pens, has some beautiful, beautiful Italian pens. Here it is. It's another GIOIA edition. I think it's... for me, it has become kind of a grail pen because of the hunt, if you will. It's taken me some time to find the one I wanted, and even then, it's not quite the one I wanted. But having said that, stay tuned. I think we've got another Italian gem, folks. We're back with the pen, folks. Well, the pen comes in, I think there's probably was an outer thin cardboard sleeve. My apologies. I think there was one, and I don't know what I've done with it, but here's the main box. It's kind of a magnetic snap. Here's the pen laying on that bed. Underneath, there's just a warranty card. No cartridge. There's no cartridge because it's a piston. And here's the pen. So let's take a look at it. First and foremost, I did want to mention that this was not, unfortunately, the model that I really had ordered or preferred. This comes with rhodinium, I think that's the way you pronounce it, trimmings. I had chosen rose gold and did not receive it. And then I wrote to Italian Pens to ask why, and could we make the switch? And that's when they advised me that unfortunately they had run out of rose gold. They apologized for the mistake. They offered to reimburse me, but then the complications of putting it in a package, send it back, etc., 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 custom duties that I've paid on the pen, get it reimbursed, What Italian Pens came up with was a 30% discount on the original price. It was originally going for $195 US. So with that 30% discount, I decided to keep this pen, even though it was not my first choice. But you know what? It's really the resin that I think is what we should be speaking about when we look at this pen. First of all, it's got a nice size, got a good weight. It's a GIOIA product, and I just love their products. I've got to tell you, there is on the barrel GIOIA Capodimonte. Capodimonte is a district in Naples, right at the top where we have a beautiful view of the Bay of Naples. That's Capodimonte, and of course, this is the Van Gogh model. For obvious reasons, you can see the Van Gogh painting inspirations there with the yellow, the blue, the white, the dark blue, the light blue. It also has a kind of a transparency to it. I don't know if the camera picks it up. That yellow that comes out there is really principally because it looks right through. You can actually see the piston filler. Now the pen is filled, so unfortunately I cannot move the piston around. But so you have that little bit of yellow there, you have the little bit of there. That again, it's because the resin is a little bit translucent, if you will. So it's just a beautiful, it's shiny, it's not matte. It's a hidden cap here. So you need to remove the cap to manipulate the piston knob, which is a good thing. That means that, if you accidentally move the top knob here, you're not making a mess. Some other pens don't have that feature, so I find this a very, very nice feature. One thing about this knob, I find it's a little short to maneuver. It wasn't as smooth as I would have wanted, but nothing earth-shattering. They did have to make sure that it kind of fitted the whole look, so I guess they couldn't make it any bigger. But very nice mechanism. I mean, very well built. The clip is springy and functional. It's got that cigar shaped, but nice big cap, and that tapers down. Very nice center section. I think it's just an absolutely gorgeous pen, folks. I don't know what you guys think, but I got to tell you, I'm really happy with this pen. Like I said, I've been looking for it for a long time. One and a half. So 1.5 turns to reveal this beautiful GIOIA nib. They make some wonderful, branded nibs. The branding is really sharp, I find. And believe it or not, folks, it's not a stub. It's not a 1.1. It's not even a broad. I went with a medium. So my tastes or my writing experiences have indeed evolved. So there you have that. Section is so smooth, quality materials. Something that I've got to say I haven't seen from Delta lately. And even some of the pens that I've bought from Leonardo don't have this quality. The GIOIA and Mayora pens that I've purchased all have this heavy, deep, thick resin, which is well appreciated. I have nothing but good things to say about this pen. My only regret, and I wasn't able to get the same pen in rose gold. It's not the end of the world. If ever it shows up again, I will definitely snap it up, as they say. In terms of balance, the pen is just beautifully balanced, good size, nice girth. Does it post? Yes, it does, and it posts extremely well. Makes the pen, I would say, even more balanced. Does not disrupt the writing experience at all. Quite the contrary. So there's nothing bad about this pen. I guess the only item is that it doesn't have an ink window. But as I've said in several reviews, I have a tendency for some reason never to actually use the window. In other words, I kind of run out of ink and then it's too late. Whether I use that ink window, I don't constantly look at my ink window to see if there's enough ink. I should maybe take advantage of those pens that do have it, but I find myself not using it that much. So at the end of the day, that this pen doesn't have an ink window is not a deal breaker for me. There you have it. I think we've gone through the pen, both in and out. The build quality, folks, by the way, is just top notch. There is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with this pen. So my only verdict that's still out is, what does that nib do? Is it well tuned? I think they use Yo nibs. They're not in-house made, but usually they come very nicely tuned. So we'll see if that's the case this time around. So that's the pen on the outside. Let's take a look at some pen and size comparison. I have here for you a series of pens. Let me just adjust the camera so that we get a better view. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so, well, as you can see, I've chosen several GIOIA pens, and I've done it purposely along with a Leonardo. This is the GIOIA Alaria. This is the Leonardo Ficina Momento Zero, not the Grande, Momento Zero Prugna. This is my GIOIA Bella Vista, GIOIA Impronte, and GIOIA Métis. And this is the subject pen. Now that's what surprised me. When you take a look at this pen in the ads or the photos on site, I had the feeling that it would have been bigger than my Alaria or bigger than the other GIOIA pens that I have. Just a feeling I had. But as it turns out, it isn't. It's a I would say it's large size, but not oversized. The Alaria is quite big. So is the Bella Vista, and so is the Impronte. But again, Very, very nice. Fits into my collection. Glad I have it. Let's take a look at the pen uncapped. Here are the pens uncapped and unposted, and as you can see, it certainly rivals with both the Bella Vista and the Impronte. The GIOIA Aleria is a huge pen, so it kind of overshadows all the rest, and certainly bigger than my Momento Zero. So I would say it probably is equivalent to a Momento Zero Grande. Perhaps that's the pen I should have chosen for the comparison. But having said that, it gives you a good idea of where the pen is situated, if you will. Okay. And we'll come back and take a look at this pen posted. Okay, so here are the pens posted. Now, you know, the Métis doesn't post very well, neither does the Impronte. Both the Bella Vista and the Aleria post, but they're ridiculously long. My Momento Zero Prugna does post nicely. I think that this GIOIA Capodimonte is the best poster of them all because it just gives you a very well-balanced pen posted, no back weight whatsoever, very, very comfortable. So there you have the pens posted, and we'll come back with some measurements and then take a look at that writing sample. Eccoci qui. Here we are. We're back for the writing sample. The journal or the notepad is a Tomoe River paper notepad from Galen Leather with my accessory that some people love. I think this is a wonderful accessory, by the way, folks. Put your pen there. Very nice. Galen Leather. A little pricey, but I think worth every penny. In terms of the ink, I'm going to go with my Iro Shizuku Konpeki. I thought that would be the ink that would best bring this pen out. And I just liked the way this ink and all Iro Shizuku inks perform. So there you have it. So let's get into now I haven't written with this pen in a while, so let's just see if it works. Yeah. Just beautiful. GIOIA Capodimonte Van Gogh. The nib is I believe, a Yowo number 6 steel GIOIA branded medium. I gotta tell you, this pen just writes beautifully. That's the ink is the Iro Shizuku Konpeki, and this ink is just perfect for the pen. Just an absolutely perfect medium nib, the way I like it. Wet, juicy, thick, not thin medium. Very, very nice. In terms of consistency, as you could see, it just writes beautifully. Take a look at that. Fast writing. Just wonderful. Very, very nice experience. This GIOIA, it's becoming one of my favorite pen companies, folks. I think if they would have more selections, the way Leonardo, Leonardo comes up with all kinds of materials and, all kinds of, and that's where they're ahead of the game. But in terms of quality, in terms of consistency, in the resins and all the rest, I got to tell you, when there's a GIOIA pen that's affordable, I'm buying it. It is very wet, very smooth, and very constant. I'm not going to say likes and dislikes because I don't have dislikes, but I can certainly speak to pros and cons, which is a little more objective, if you will. I mean, the only con I have is no ink window. But again, it's not, that's why I didn't want to call it a dislike, because it doesn't bother me, but it is a con for objectively speaking. The rest, 10 on 10. I mean, 10 on 10 for design, for build quality, for the nib. It's a piston filler. It's got everything going for it. Is it a go-to pen for me? You bet. You bet. It's 11 on 10. This thing is going straight into my weekly run for next week, I can tell you. I'm going to enjoy writing. I've got a few depositions to do next week, in fact, several. So I will be writing quite a bit. And this pen is going to be front and center, I can assure you. Go to, in terms of value, well, even at the price that it's advertised and that's being sold, which is the $195 US, I think it's 10 on 10, in my view. And when I got that 30%, then of course it makes it all that much better. So in terms of recommendation, I have no choice but to recommend this to you folks. It's just another pen to add to your collection if it suits your fancy. But of course, it is all up to you. Beautiful, isn't it? I think it is. The Van Gogh Capodimonte GIOIA pen. It's been on my list for some time. I finally got it. I'm going to enjoy it. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Stay tuned. I've got lots of pens. They're coming in, folks. They're coming in. So we'll be able to take care of that. Also, take a look at my weekly recaps. They're back. I've done that series on Grail pens, 2-pen series. I'm thinking about doing this 8-question thing, which a lot of viewers say go ahead. Some of you say it's not original enough for you, Vincent. Do something a little more original. I may do a variant on those 8 questions because I find 4 or 5 of them are a little bit, I just don't interest me. So we'll think about it. We have lots of things. We're thinking about projects on Grail nibs instead of Grail pens. I've got, my resurrection pens that I'm going to look at every week. So we've got nice ideas. I've got my onion skin journal to review. We've got a couple of 4 or 5 pens in the pipeline. It's fountain pen therapy, folks. I hope I'm sharing that with you. Grazie, arrivederci, be well.